After the Senate inquiry, what is the future of sports betting in Australia? Why is Pauline Hanson staying so quiet about it all? And stay tuned for my take on why those hard betting ads are destroying young Australian lives.
Greg.
Yes.
Here we are again.
Back.
Now, look, this week, you were telling me before we jumped on here that you've been checking out some of our sports codes here in Australia, right? Yeah. Now, there's a big, just for those who might be outside of Australia, sports in Australia. Now, I know this is the same commonplace around a lot of the areas of the world.
Yeah.
We are choked with sports betting ads. We're choked with sports. It's kind of
Choked?
like... It's
Is that
kind
the
of
word?
I would say it's probably very
held underwater and with the foot on your head.
well. The thing is, I'd say it's very similar to how the cigarette industry and the alcohol industry was all in sports, right? Back in whenever that was 30 years ago.
But back then, the powers were listening. But you know what? Albanese, bullfed, not listening.
Well, we already know Albanese is bullfed. For those who don't know outside of Australia, Albanese is the Australian Prime Minister, very special
He has
character.
no interest in people.
So there's a Senate inquiry going on at the moment in Australia that is very much pointed towards hard betting, very much pointed towards the impact it's having on people.
Impact and driven by the ads and driven by the way that these gambling groups give incentives but the big thing driven by the amount of people in Australia is destroyed families. Homes, wrecked marriages. It's a train
Through
wreck.
gambling.
And nobody wants to open that door.
So let me challenge you on something there, Greg. Hasn't this always been around? Hasn't gambling always been around? It's wrecked families and homes for decades, hasn't it?
Yes, it has.
So what's so different now?
It's got worse.
How?
It's got worse. And worse, I think, how is evident is we've got a phone. We can download an app. We can put money into that app from a bank account, and we can be betting on that app or betting on a casino within moments, money straight from your bank account, your credit cards, and some of them, which is illegal, but overseas they get away with it, and you can start gambling and in a heartbeat. And if you're addicted, you're addicted.
So you're saying ease of use. It's not like
Well,
years ago
yes.
where you had to go to a casino or you had to go to a club or you had to go somewhere to bet your money. You're saying now it's so easy. You can be sitting on the couch at home and just blow your money.
Blow your money, piece of cake. And that's just why, Peter V'landys, let's talk about him for a moment.
Okay, Peter V'landys,
he's done so many.
The NRL.
And head of racing also.
Head of racing.
Head of horse racing in Australia. Listen,
Okay.
Peter V'landys, he's done some great things, smart thinker, big thinker. But you know what? I think he's also making mistakes.
Okay.
He is not taking a responsible position about what Australia should have and what should be in place.
But why would he take a responsible position? He's the head of racing in Australia. Like betting without betting, racing doesn't exist.
There's nothing wrong with the racing industry. It's wonderful. There's nothing wrong with all of that. The problem is there's got to be a balance. And he's not trying to help a balance.
You do know that without betting, racing doesn't exist, right?
We're still working okay before apps come around. But the reality is that now, you didn't have racing ads and on horse racing ads on every second commercial like you do today, or betting on the football on every second commercial. It just goes on and on and on. I want to have a bit of a laugh. Just watch 7, 10, 9 over the weekend. It's when they really hit the accelerator on all the betting ads. It's just gone boom. And V'landys jumps on and says the inquiry is over the top. Oh, really? Over the top? Well, what's happening? Albanese's not even listening to it. He doesn't even care. Albanese doesn't care about the people of Australia.
No, he hasn't. He hasn't the whole time.
He's
a career
only
politician.
interested in his next 4 years.
Absolutely. He's as useless as the next one, Albanese. He's always been spineless. Nothing's changed.
I don't like him. Sorry.
No. Well,
and I'm not pumping up the tyres of the other guy in the Liberal Party.
No, because he's useless as well.
Because they're going to corroborate together to get this all through, because there must be money involved there somewhere for them.
Are you telling me that this is all to do with money, Greg, and not the good of the people of the land? Is that what you're trying to tell me? I
tell you what, they want to be careful, because it just may, again, open another big corridor for Pauline Hanson.
Yeah. Well,
whatever.
The door's opening again there for Pauline to come on through, right? Now, hang on.
Yeah.
What's Pauline's stance on this, though? I don't think she's said anything about this.
No, she's been a little bit quiet on that one.
Yeah.
I don't know her stance. We better.
Which actually is probably a good political move in her position, because she's a front runner at the
Pauline,
moment.
if you're watching, give me a call. I'd like to know your views.
Yeah,
on
let
this.
us know, Pauline. Give us a buzz.
I'd like to know.
Drop a comment,
Mate,
Pauline.
On another note, you know, what we're talking about, Australia, cricket. How big's cricket? Cricket's big in Australia.
Cricket's massive in
It's
Australia.
always been part of
Arguably, they're our number one sport. Arguably.
Our number one sport just had their national awards
Right.
over the last couple of days, the Allan Border Medal. Mate, it was a bit like a sausage sizzle at Bunnings.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
The night was the sausage sizzle at Bunnings with a few awards thrown in after everybody got drunk. I mean, it was just...
What do you mean? Like it wasn't a classy event? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, but I tell you
Really?
what. Now, if you're going to have awards for the NRL or AFL,
Yeah.
what do you get? Glamour, glitz, 5-star hotel,
black tie kind of
night,
event. Yeah,
big
yeah.
fat. I am telling you, the Australian Top Cricket Awards was. It looked like the car park at Bunnings.
Mate, it sounds like a
up
great
at
place to go to.
Artarmon was the sausage sizzle on a Saturday.
Mate, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with a sausage sizzle on a Saturday?
You would have fitted right in,
Mate,
there.
I would have loved that.
Oh, look, I think it's disgraceful. And then they held a press conference. With
What do you mean? The way that they'll dress? You're saying that they'll dress?
No, the whole thing was like a sausage sizzle at Bunnies, and also the way they were dressed.
You can't please, Greg.
Travis Head, who won the biggest award.
Don't knock Travis Head. He's a legend. He's an Aussie legend. He's the new David Boone. I love Travis Head.
Well, mate, I've got to tell you,
Did you see those guys that had the shirts and it said, "I love me some Head"? Travis Head, I'm talking about.
Travis Head,
dirty mind.
now having the press conference, which really looked like a very average press conference, and he's got the T-shirt on.
Yeah.
You know, now, I think he probably had Hawaiian shorts and thongs on, but we couldn't see down there.
What's the problem with that?
And I thought, this is ridiculous. Our top awards, and they're dressed like, as I said, we should have been at the Bunnings sausage sizzle. Oh, it's just great. I tell you what the problem is. It's leadership at Australian cricket.
Yeah, right.
I mean, give me a break. You can't afford to put on a nice presentation in a 5-star hotel, ask everybody, give them a dress code and invite the press. Oh, please.
Maybe
It's easy.
Maybe they wanted to have a bit of a relaxed
No,
event.
it's a
What's wrong?
disgrace. The Australian Cricket Board, hold your head in shame.
Oh, well, there you go. You've heard it from Greg. Look, Australian Cricket Board, I've got no issues with it. I think, who cares?
It's a leadership problem.
Yeah, but what's it matter? They're just having a. Why does everything have to be so serious and uptight? And
It looks good. Mate, you put the
You're saying
glitz,
looks are
glamour,
everything.
all the women
Okay.
get dressed up. The women love getting dressed up. That's what they do. That's why they make. You understand, when women get dressed up, it turns black and white TV into colour. Because
And Greg's TV anyway.
you and I get dressed up, it's still black and white.
So what I want to know though, Greg, so thank you for that segue into the Australian cricket team and their Hawaiian shorts or whatever it was.
Yes.
What I want to know though, where has the just stepping back a second, back into this whole betting thing that's going on.
Yeah, I think it's a real one.
So because AFL here in Australia is just as big as NRL.
Yeah.
Arguably in some states much bigger, but they're about the same.
Yeah.
So what's the AFL stance on this? Now, you said that Peter V'landys has come out. Have we heard anything from the AFL? Are they
No, I don't think.
Haven't seen anything much from the AFL?
I think they're ducking their head.
They're kind of ducking their head. What I want to know from you, and I know you're very passionate about this topic when we're talking about hard betting, and obviously we've spoke about this before, about other topics we've talked about, right? When you pull out one of these things, this smartphone, it's in your face, it's here, it's right there,
Look,
right?
Again,
so,
let me just say, I'm not against betting.
right.
When I play golf on the weekend with my mates, we have a bet, a bit of a, but you're not
$20.
but you're not chasing your losses. You'd have a bit of a punt.
You'd have to chase your
losses.
losses.
It's very Australian. It's Australian to have a bit of a shot at the Melbourne Cup. It's very Australian to have a bit of a punt once in a while. It's it's very Australian to buy a Powerball or a lotto. I give it. I'm not worried about that. You know, that's good. That's Australian. You know, people have a bit of fun. They have a bit of time out. They get dressed up. They do events and whatever. You know, there's a big 400 million Powerball. Okay, look, myself and my brothers, we always have a bit of a go at that. Every time we see a big one turn up at the news agency, we go, we bring up and we throw 200 or 300.
So you're more so talking about the hard betting, the betting that like is easily accessible because they can just access it on their app.
And
every second ad that pops up.
They're now strategized a way psychologically to go after the weak.
Well, that's advertising though. That's just good
One
marketing.
more time. They've strategized a technique to go after the weak, like the alcoholic, like the person with a gambling addiction. They've strategized
cigarette
to chase cigarette. They've strategized, and that is wrong.
So you're saying, so did you have this same stance when the alcoholic companies were doing it and the cigarette companies were doing it?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
throw them out.
Okay. What about freedom of people? Why can't people just do what they want with their money?
Well, we're society, mate. We're not a jungle.
Yeah. No, I get that, but you know, you're going to have people. I'm sure there are going to be some people in the comments who are saying, "Well, I love the convenience of my app that I can just bet on the races and bet on the horses."
Well, we've all got a
responsibility. So you're more so saying that like we shouldn't make it easy for people to blow their entire wage, and then they can't feed their family.
Well, I was at a cafe, maybe a year or two ago, and then this bloke happened to say he's about a bit older than me, and he goes, I'm sick and tired of that jingle, where, about gambling, you could lose all your money. And I said, yeah, but it's okay for you. They're trying to protect the thousands of families that have been destroyed by betting.
Yeah.
No, stop. It's not all about you and your little world.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. There's a bigger problem. Look, I don't think there's any doubt about that, and I think it's a very hot topic, especially at the moment. It's a very hot topic at the moment in Australia, especially with the Senate inquiry going on. We had that fella who used to play for Canberra Raiders, I think it was, Bateman. No, Pocock's the other guy, the Senate.
But he's on the
Senator.
Oh, Bateman. Oh, yes.
But he was talking about his addiction problems and how the betting companies invited him to events, essentially enabled him, made it super easy, right? Super easy for him to access all these different things. He actually alleged that they offered even drugs at the event and all these kinds of things. So sounds like a good event. Oh, no, I didn't say it. So, but what we're trying to say here is it shouldn't be so enabled, right? And so I think that's a fair comment. And I think at the other time, and on the other side, though, people are saying, well, I can do whatever the hell I want with my money. Let us know in the comments what you think. It's a very hot take. What I'd love to know, Greg, is what your girlfriend, Pauline Hanson, thinks about it, because, as I said, she is flying under the radar with this one. Pauline, drop a letter, drop a comment in so we know where you stand in it. Because the thing is that, and I'll quickly say this, and we're going to touch on Pauline before we go, because as a front runner, probably that she's doing the best thing that any front runner should do, and just shut the hell up. You know what I mean? I'm already in front. I'm not going to dig a hole here. Why would I get myself involved in this unless I really have to? Yeah.
Well, she's too busy trying to throw all the migrants out of the country at the moment.
That's for next week's podcast.
But I'd like to know her comments on all these subjects. But she's in the middle of trying to build a party. She's trying to put people in every seat across Australia. It's a big job.
Yeah.
And she's trying to do what the others have been doing for the last 100 years. She's got to try and reinvent it in 2 years. So she's a busy lady.
She's going to be a busy bee. Thank you, Greg, once again.
Good to be here.
Thanks, mate. We'll see you next week.